I think we can all agree here that we've all had that one dumbass friend at some point who, when asked the question, would literally spew out some of the most outlandish takes in existence and would somehow predict the outcome perfectly. Like, I'm damn near convinced this troglodyte could have predicted Jake Paul winning against Mike Tyson. Okay, that was actually pretty obvious. However, what happens when this phenomenon happens with YouTubers who potentially possess a platform to up to millions upon millions of people? So from EDP445 predicting Ava Chris Tyson's downfall to Mr. Beast's biggest glazer coming out on top, I've taken 5 different YouTube bullies and I'm gonna tier list their redemption arcs. Sunny V2. Now this is bar none probably the biggest video essay creator on YouTube, having amassed near 4 million subscribers and averaging well over 1 million views a video. Many of you may be rightfully wondering, when did he get in such big controversy? Around a year ago, Chris Tyson, as many of us know, decided to slowly transition into the opposite gender, which since being part of the biggest YouTube channel, basically sent the internet into a 50-50 war, trying to defend whether this was right or wrong, even though in reality, the best thing would just to be ignored. Who gives a fuck? However, Sunny V2 didn't exactly think that way, as on April 13, 2023, would post this complete stinker titled "How will the Chris Tyson situation impact Mr. Beast?" which, if you asked me then, could tell you how. By absolutely nothing. He spent the first half of his video basically going over just the general news and what has been unfolding, but then spent the last third basically turning it into an opinion piece where he tried to make the argument that Mr. Beast should fire him simply just for transitioning.
The only clean solution should things go south might be for Chris to resign himself,
which was obviously received very poorly. In fact, I'm honestly surprised it didn't end up worse for him, saying that even if you are a anti-woke pride flag burner, the takes in the video were complete nonsense dog shit that would even end up to Mr. Beast responding, where he'd say, "Yeah, this is getting absurd. Chris isn't my nightmare. He's my fucking friend and things are fine. All this transphobia is starting to piss me off." Again, you didn't have to be a pride flag hanging patriot to realize how bad this video was. However, this would all end up changing when just a few months ago, Ava Chris Tyson would get exposed as an EDP for things that I'm pretty sure everyone is aware of by now, turning his clickbaity title into a reality. Which, in fact, talking of clickbait, the original title was called "Why Chris Will Be a Nightmare for Mr. Beast," which would basically give Sunny V2 the title of having the last laugh. Talks shit about another person, receives hate for it, did not apologize, wins the fucking argument. Which also, not to mention, he stayed silent throughout this whole debacle, even after he was proven right he couldn't care less but to be the Sigma Rogue Wolf. They hated him because he told the truth. Which to that I say, where was the truth? There was no truth. It just turned out that Chris Tyson was an EDP. So this is getting a D tier. Which, talking of EDP... Yeah, you literally cannot make this shit up. EDP445, also a year ago, would end up getting the last laugh on Chris Tyson, basically making an expose video telling his audience why Chris Tyson likes them young. However, since he was EDP445, he couldn't even post on YouTube. He had to post on his own website, since he was banned off practically every single social media platform at the time. And unlike Sunny V2, he would actually go after some of the real points that could be disclosed as predatory behavior. And unlike Sunny V2, for real this time, get the last laugh.
So my motherfucking main Chris Tyson supports child. He's into that freak ass shit. We gotta protect our youth. We gotta protect our kids.
Coming from EDP, not to mention, I'm pretty sure this man has been caught like 8 times or something absolutely outrageous. You really think the whole internet forgot, did you? Because I don't know who was giving him this information, and it's glaringly worrying how on the money he was throughout this whole video.
Where I'm getting the whole child and shit at is Chris Tyson is friends with somebody named, I think his name is Chadman, whatever the fuck his name is. And Chris Tyson and Shadman, excuse me, they're into Con.
Like, who was genuinely giving him this information? Like, if we listened to EDP, we could have got this scumbag off the internet well over a year ago, which people really didn't seem to see.
So EDP does think Chris Tyson is ruining all the kids that watch Mr. Beast. But honestly, coming from this guy, this opinion is completely irrelevant.
And I mean, I cannot blame them at all. I would probably be laughing beside them, saying that he is a literal predator himself, but as this comment says, it takes a pedo to catch a pedo. Which I guess seems to be the truth, because this is an S tier. Nikocado Avocado. Now this is a really weird case since, as pretty much all of us know, Nikocado started out as a channel where he promoted the good, healthy vegan lifestyle by showing healthy dishes, but then realized that nobody gives a fuck. So then he decided to pump out these gluttonous mukbangs for years and years on end, pretty much to the point where it didn't really look like a food addiction, it looked more like a money addiction. His source of bread was basically him killing himself for views. However, in 2022, he made the decision to pre-record a ton of mukbangs and premiere them out as he was actually losing weight, which obviously leads us to his 2 steps ahead video.
2 steps ahead. I am always 2 steps ahead.
More like 6 feet under. He did probably take off quite a few number of years off his life, as I don't want to hear whatever type of excuses you have to make, but for absolutely 0 person is it healthy to record mukbangs almost daily for a good period of time of this magnitude. However, I do find it actually hilarious that SunnyV2 a day before decided to talk about Nikocado's new depressing video, then releasing this bombshell a day after. Like, I don't know how, but literally everything in this video is just somehow connecting to one another. Like, first there was SunnyV2 apparently getting the last laugh for Ava Chris Tyson, and now it's the other way around. And I swear to God, the absolute nincompoops on YouTube Shorts trying to make Sigma Aura edits out of this, as if they aren't the
monitoring ants on an ant farm. So I am the villain.
I mean, it is pretty funny since most people wanted this to be the outcome for him, and when people were watching with him, they weren't laughing with him, they were laughing at him. B tier. The Manny Show. Being a channel with 14 million subscribers, this channel got into huge controversy last summer for purposely copyright striking channels down for criticizing their videos, as The Manny Show makes Facebook mom-esque type videos that are very easy to roast, which made them a very big target in the commentary community. And once they started filing out those strikes, people were not holding back. They were not happy at all, as the videos on him went from damn that's a cringe loser to this creator's a fucking monster that needs to be smited off the platform.
13-second clip was enough to have the Manny Show bring the hammer down with the iron fist on the channel.
I mean, he's even got moist critical on his ass, which by this time most people were expecting a very clumsy corporate PR response saying, "Hey, well, they actually used my video for 5 seconds.
Shut your
But it didn't exactly turn out that way.
Ahead of VidCon, I hired an agent to help me manage my monetization sharing, and they went beyond by filing a copyright claim on Enqueen's video and flagging some others. So as soon as we learned what had happened, we immediately contacted Enqueen to see the video, found no issue with the video, and contacted YouTube to reinstate the video and make things right with Enqueen. I immediately fired the agent.
So it actually turned out no. In reality, he was just a nice guy who led a bunch of greedy corporate copyright managers to take care of his account. He also goes into past stories about how copyright has affected him as a TikTok creator. Because if you aren't aware, these are like the same people Speed uses. I mean, I was even sent this by Keyed Boy. He got a video to 1.4 million views just for it to be copyright striked by him. But I'm going off topic. This was sure one hell of a plot twist, so this is an S tier. Ali Coca, also known as Mr. Beast's biggest glazer. His journey would start when around 4 months ago, Dogpack404 would release his first bombshell video diving into the company and its flaws, with refutable proof to back up his claims, and without 1 second thought in his mind, he instantly believed that the video was fake, without even watching the whole thing.
Our world really does function similarly to a WWE storyline. Most people just want to sit back and be entertained by the unfolding chaos. People are so lazy these days that they don't even want to put in the work to form their own opinions.
I'm special because I'm different.
So when you got this nasally, inbred looking little bitch throwing a bunch of unproven allegations towards Mr. Beast, it goes viral because negativity sells. This clout chaser made a video painting Jimmy in the negative.
Like, he says that with so much pride, as if he's been treated his entire life to defend for his glorious savior, Jimmy Donaldson. And look at this shit, he hasn't even watch the full video. Now, I know that there's a glitch on YouTube where it will just show that even if you have, but as we look on more, it will become more and more apparent that this watch bar might not be entirely inaccurate.
This nasally inbred looking little bitch.
Also, why are you calling Dogpeck inbred when you look like fucking Humpty Dumpty 2.0? And the rest of the video went pretty similarly to this. This is why everyone at the time, including me, saw this as a completely shitty video, was because he didn't listen to the other side, vehemently meat-munched Mr. Beast, thinking he's the great lord and savior who can do no wrong, which was stuff that his audience was very quick to point out, with this brutal dislike ratio following it, then prompting a response.
You don't know this, but I'm actually a chess grandmaster. After getting hounded with requests to give my thoughts on the Mr. Beast video faking drama, I gave my honest opinion about it, and I knew that would attract the parasitic shit diggers. And I was right. They were lured to my video like a moth to a flame.
Hopefully you do realize that those shit diggers you're talking about, those are your subscribers, and it doesn't make you look tough. Like, I bet you if this was another person, you'd probably be roasting them harder than I am at you right now. And this is a theme he is very common with, being completely incapable of apologizing. And for months, as Mr. Beast's allegations just kept getting worse and worse, dust would collect in this situation until just around 2 weeks ago, Soggy Cereal would post this video titled The Truth About Mr. Beast and Dogpack 404, which uncovered that Dogpack might be the
nasally inbred looking little bitch
Ali Coca thought he was. However, just a little ADHD summary, the video went over Dogpack being a slimy sack of shit in the workplace, literally trying to use the company money to buy an Apple Vision Pro, 48 out of 50 of his main accusations being proven false, with either straight up manipulation or lies, which gave his audience the idea that he got the last laugh. Makes a video shit talking a person, gets backlash, sometime later the person he shit talked was proven to not be a very good guy, further proving it to be right. Ladies and gentlemen, we have the son of Sunny V2, which I think is a really good summary of the whole situation, because just like Sunny V2, the original video was completely terrible, however just happened to cross the lines with reality as time progressed. However, since there is still some very suspicious things about Mr. Beast, such as him promoting crypto, and him appearing to have zero respect for his audience, not even bothering to apologize, this was probably the last person in the world I wanted to get the last laugh, so this is an F tier. And if you want to see me tierless gnecto schmorfs like Johnny Samoli, make sure to watch this next.